Hey, Diontae, the wide receiver room as a whole, you guys have dealt with a lot of injuries at different times. What makes you guys able to kind of withstand some of these injuries and not knowing the future availability of guys like Juju and James Washington? Can you guys absorb even more injuries going forward with their status kind of in doubt?
I mean, it's football at the end of the day. It's injuries gonna happen, and it's next man up. So whoever's behind Juju got to step up. That's Ray. You got to step up, and that's how it's always been. One person go down, somebody got to step in because everybody's capable of playing and contributing to the offense and whatnot. So we're not worried about that. We still gonna go out there and play for Juju, no matter what his situation is. Um, we still go out there and do our thing on Sundays and get ready to work this week too. So
We'll stay with you, bro.
Sorry, I was trying to get back to unmute. Along those lines, I mean, you've played with Juju for a couple years now. What about his style of play? I mean, he just seems like a really tough guy when he's on the field. When you see him coming off the field in that kind of pain, I mean, what are your thoughts when you see that happening? And is that something that you guys can kind of rally around, is playing for him no matter what his status is going forward?
I mean, obviously, you goes to your mind like that. It's tough seeing them in that type of pain or whatnot. I mean, that's for like anybody on the field. It's tough seeing somebody get hurt. That's a key player to the offense or whatnot that goes down, and just gotta rally around them and just be there for him. Off the field. A lot. You never know what's going through his mind or whatnot. Obviously, he wants to be on the field, but to an injury like that, you can't really do nothing about it. But we just got to keep playing. And hopefully he gonna be cheering us on the sidelines or whatnot. I know that's what he gonna do, but we just gonna keep rallying around him, keeping his head in the game or whatnot. Just being there for him. That's pretty much it.
Brian Backo.
Yeah, Diontae, what have you seen from the other guys who have been playing more over these last few weeks, whether it's Ray or even Cody, who's been thrown in there a few weeks in a row now?
Just the way they know the offense or whatnot and come in and help at any time. That's pretty much what I've been seeing so far. They can make plays just like the rest of us. I mean, they're on the 53 for a reason, so we can use them at any time, and they're stepping up and doing that. Hopefully, they get more balls thrown their way, and we're just gonna keep playing as a team.
We'll stay with you, Brian.
Have you been in touch at all with Juju today? Have you talked to him or heard from him in terms of what he's going through right now?
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit, just was checking up on him, see how he was feeling and whatnot, but not too much. He didn't really say much, but he's doing good though, from what I understand and what he's told me. So just trying to be there for him, keep his spirits up.
Aditi?
Diontae, yesterday, Ben had more time to throw than he's had all year. Can you explain when you do have more time, what does that mean to a guy like you who specializes in double moves? What does that enable a receiver to do if the quarterback has a little bit more time?
It gives me a little more time to do what I do in between routes or whatnot, just to make plays downfield. Obviously, I mean, Ben don't have time. He can't do what he do like there, which is pick the defense apart. But by him being able to do that yesterday, shows that he can still throw. I mean, no matter who's blocking for him, he still can pick the defense apart. And he showed that yesterday. And we're just gonna keep on rolling.
Can you just be a little bit more specific when you say it's like doing what you do? Does that mean getting the double move? Is it making a cut on a guy? Is it in your word? I want it in your words, not my words. What does that mean? What can you do?
Yeah, just like you said, double moves, being able to do double moves, different stems in my routes. Whatever Ben wants me to do, that's what I do. I go over and talk to him and ask him if it's okay in certain routes, whatnot. And if he says he agrees with it, then yeah, we're sticking with it. If not, then I'll change it up. That's pretty much it. Just gives me more freedom to do what I do.
Michael, can I just ask one more?
Sure.
Okay, thanks. Diontae, right now, you and Ben have the highest passer rating together on the team. So he is the most successful when he comes to you. What's working so well? Why do you think that is?
Just me working on off the field, doing my extra little catching drills or whatnot, catching the ball at different angles, whatnot, because the ball is not gonna come to you perfect every time. So you got to be able to adjust to the ball. I feel like that's been showing. Hard work's like paying off. I do it like every day, so I got to give credit to that and Lou when that's been throwing me the ball every day that I need him.
Mark Caboli.
Hey, Diontae, it's 2 straight weeks you started off the game with long touchdown receptions. Why do you believe that they continue to watch you one-on-one on the outside, especially early in games? And you take that as sort of a disrespect that they only have one guy on you at the time?
I can't really say and speak on that. I mean, I just go out there and play. If they decide to put 2 people in front of me or double coverage me, then so be it. I'm still do my best to get open, whether it's 1 or 2, still do my best to get open at the end of the day. I mean, right now, I'm just going out there and playing and trying to help the team win. So,
Go ahead, Mark, if you have a follow-up.
What is your mindset when you go out there and you only see that one guy maybe playing press on you? You're pretty sure that they're not going to be able to jam you at the line. Are you thinking, okay, this is a chance for me to make a big play? What's the thought process right then?
it's time to eat. Like, you got me one-on-one, your best guy. Let's get it. Iron sharpens iron, so I'm gonna do what I do at the line regardless. 'Cause in my mind, I feel like nobody can hold me at the line. That's just me. Saying that humble is probably, just me. I'm just gonna make a play at the end of the day. I'm coming down with the ball at the end of the day.
Chris Adamski.
Dave, you're on a streak here of long receptions in like 4 games in a row, and even dating back to late last season, there's probably like 7 of the last 8 games or so. Is that something that's evolved in your game? Are you running more deep routes, or is that something you're proud of that you're able to, be more than, run those long routes rather than be the catch and run guy?
I mean, I always been able to run every route, route tree or whatnot. I mean, it's just the certain plays they call for me. Sometimes I'll just be running a little intermediate routes or whatnot. So at the end of the day, I'm just doing what I'm told to do. I mean, if I get a deep ball, I'm gonna give it 100% every time. If Ben come to me, I'm gonna make a play for him, make him look good. I can't really complain for. I mean, I'm grateful that I'm making plays the way I'm doing this year or whatnot. So I'm just gonna keep doing that and getting in the end zone for Ben, trying to contribute to the offense and help the team win at the end of the day.
Chris, do you have a follow-up?
Yeah. Assuming Juju's out for a while, can Chase be I know you guys all have to know all the positions, but can Chase succeed and thrive as a slot guy, as the next man there?
Yeah, Chase can play anywhere on the field. I mean, like anybody in the receiver room can play anywhere on the field. I mean, he's been showing that he's been contributing each week, making those big plays down the field. Shoot, he showed that yesterday. Those making tough catches as well. So I got to give credit to him on those tough catches he be making. Because not anybody can just do that, go across the middle and just get smacked like that. Now he comes down with the ball, so he take pride in that, and I'm happy for him.
All right, we'll move it on to Jeff Hathorn. Jeff?
Diontae, you were asked about Cody earlier, or about other guys. Cody seems to be on scout team that he can mimic anybody, whether it's a tight end, outside, inside. What could he bring to your room, and how much have you seen him grow?
Cody, just the way he runs his routes. I mean, he's not the fastest, but he can get open, and he has for sure hands. He's gonna catch everything you throw to him. I mean, obviously yesterday he had a little drop. I mean, that was his first time getting the ball thrown to him, so it's gonna happen. He probably was nervous or whatever, but Cody's capable of making plays, getting open, like I said, and he knows the whole offense. He can play anywhere, tight end, wherever you need him to play. He knows it like the back of his hand. So I ask him questions sometimes if I'm unsure about a play. So that you need a guy like that on your team sometimes because they help you win games. You know.
Got a follow up, Jeff?
Yeah, just quickly on the offense. Do you guys feel like you're finding a rhythm, and how do you keep that going? How do you keep taking those steps forward?
Just gotta keep starting fast. You know, those first drives we gotta get in the end zone. That's gonna give the defense energy, like you seen yesterday or whatever. Once I scored that opening drive, defense carried the momentum. Gotta stop it. We just kept the momentum going. So that's really what it's all about. Starting fast and just keeping that momentum throughout the whole game. Not starting off slow.
Hey, Henry, I wanted to go back to yesterday. Can you describe the sack and the celebration after?
Yeah. So the sack was that they gave us an empty set, so we knew it was pass, and I was in a one-on-one situation, so I knew I had a two-way go on the guard, and he overset a little bit, and I used a spin move and broke through the line quick. So I was happy about that. I was happy about my identification before the play, knowing that it was going to be what it was, and we'd seen on film that their guards were oversetting a little bit, so I knew I had the opportunity to go inside, so that was good. And then the celebration has just been kind of a funny joke that me and some of the other TJ and Alex Highsmith and guys have worked on for a while. So it's kind of like a matador, supposed to be a matador, but I don't know how good it looked out there because I was so excited. I just kind of did it, but it was really cool to be able to celebrate with TJ and my other teammates after the play.
Brian Batco, Post-Gazette.
So why the matador, Henry? Is that like some sort of interest?
I wish I had a good answer for you. I think it just kind of turned into a thing. I really don't know. I don't even remember when it started. It was a few years ago when I think it was Bud Dupree and TJ and me coming up with stuff. I think it just happened. I don't really remember.
Brooke Pryor, ESPN.
Yeah, Henry, the way that the defensive line has kind of gone this season, you guys have had to replace some guys like Tyson Alulu. How do you feel like you guys as a group are gelling? Because I know there's been a lot of focus on the offensive line, but it seems like you guys are now starting to get into a rhythm on defense.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the credit for that goes to the offense. I think it's easier to play well and play together when you have a lead and the offense is doing well and running the ball. So it has been a tough year with injuries with the defensive line. And I think that our young guys and I, being one of the young guys, have gotten better and realized that the Tyson shoes are really hard to fill, and we're going to have to do it with multiple people. And I think that we've done a good job collectively stepping into smaller roles to try and alleviate the hole that him and Tuitt have left with not being in there. So it's a continual process, and we're working on our camaraderie and all that. But I think that all the guys have done a good job thus far stepping up, and we got to continue to do so.
Jeff Hawthorne, 93.7.
Henry, how would you describe the level that Cam Heyward is playing at right now?
He's in a completely different, arena as far as that goes. He is if you watch him on film, he's a soldier. He gets doubled almost every play, deals with a lot, and he's still getting to the quarterback and tackles. He leads the defense. He's a great captain for us. He's been like that since I've gotten here. And I think even more so this year with guys like Tuitt and Tyson being out, he's had to step up. It's not just the younger guys. He's had to really shine, and I think he has. so far, he's a great player and a really good mentor to be around.
Chris Adamski, Trim.
Along those lines with Cam, Tyson and Tuitt both, I think they have a combined 20 years of NFL experience. Been around time. Are they still real active in the meetings with you guys? Are you still kind of leaning on them at all? Can they contribute even when they're not able to play right now?
Yeah, definitely. And those guys have been around a lot, since they've been able to after their treatments and all that. But they've been helping out us, a lot of the young guys in meetings. They're always around. Tyson's been great going over film with us. Tuitt's in the meetings, answering questions. And that's big for us. I think on some teams, when guys get injured, they probably don't want to come around, but those guys have been in the meetings and been helping us because they know how important it is that our young guys step up.
Brian Batko, Post-Gazette.
Yeah, so Henry, you guys have the Seahawks this weekend. Being from Oregon, did you grow up a Seahawks fan at all, or are you kind of almost? I mean, I'm sure it's nice that you guys won't have to prepare for Russell Wilson, but as a competitor, or are you almost kind of bummed that he's not going to be out there on the other side?
Yeah, it's always injuries are just part of the game, and you wish that you play a team at full capacity, but in the NFL, you're never going to have both teams with everybody healthy, maybe week one, but even then it's a stretch. So we're going to prepare just like we do any other team. We're going to figure out what they're trying to do, and their offenses will probably have changed without him, but it's not going to be any easier or any not going to take it any more lightly. And growing up on the West Coast, there was definitely a lot of Seahawks fans around us. I never made it to a game. It was kind of far, but I do wish that we were playing there this year, just because last time we played them, they were here, I think 2 years ago. So it'd be cool to get some family and friends out to a game. But other than that, I'm just excited for the next opportunity.
And Chris Adamski, Trib.
You just talk some about the rotation in terms of the bodies during the game, kind of how that happens in terms of who goes in when, and you guys have to know, like, you have to know the nose and both ends and the base, and know the nickel both, or the spots. And then along those lines, seeing Melvin play a lot, I mean, I don't think he's considered a nose tackle when he's in there in the middle when there's three outside linebackers in there. But is he? What's that package sort of different having that guy in the middle of the line like that?
Having a player like him in our outside linebacker group, you want to get you want to put guys in situations where they shine. And our outside linebackers we have three outside linebackers that are all very good at pass rushing and getting to the quarterback. So we want to get those guys on the field as much as possible. Obviously he's not a nose tackle, but he can rush inside and outside, which is part of his, unique skill set. So that's what we try to do. Every defensive package tries to, highlight guys in certain situations and their skill sets. But yeah, playing D-line here, you kind of have to know all the insides and outs just in case, because that's just the way we have to operate. If somebody goes down, we can't just throw our hands up in the air. We got to get the next guy in there and do a job.